Hey everybody, welcome back to Nonsense.Podcast. We have a fun game that we're going to do today. It's kind of a game, but it's also going to get us talking about real world problems. Are you guys ready? You guys have no idea what we're doing today, right?
It's getting heavy, man. Yeah.
So, the plan for today is I have this bowl here. And there are different topics inside of it, and we are going to fix the world.
Oh, okay. I can do that. No.
So the whole plan is, what I want to do is, I was initially going to do 3 seconds, but I think I'm going to do 5. So each one of us, you're going to pull something out of here, and you have, I want to say 5 seconds to read it and come up with your solution. Because I know some of you guys you'll pull it up and you'll be like reading it real slow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I could read it. And the other two have to come up with a solution.
Well, no, you got to have some solutions too.
Okay.
So we're going to do, you'll have 10 seconds to read it and then come up with your solution. Is that cool? All right. I'm going to bring up a timer on my phone real quick. And then who wants to start? Should we do like rock, paper, scissors to start?
I like that. So we're drawing it, reading it, and solving it.
Yeah, and then we're going to talk about it, because then whatever your solution is, I may disagree with you and be like, no, dude, here's another way to do it.
Okay.
So we're like city planners or whatever. We have to try to figure out how to fix the world.
Did you send an email out to the UN so that they can pay attention and take notes?
Yeah, they haven't responded yet, because I think I'm pretty low on their priority list, or they don't agree with me.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So I think this will be super fun, because it'll give you 10 seconds to you have to come up with an answer, no matter how ridiculous it is. And if you don't have an answer in 10 seconds, then I guess, I don't know what the punishment is.
Decapitated.
You get live. That's a perfect solution. You get decapitated.
I think I gotta go.
You better answer these. Okay. All right. So Dan, you want to go first?
Yeah, let's do this. All right.
Pull something out of the bowl, and then hold on. Let me. Once you open it, I'm gonna hit the start on this timer here.
Okay. Ready?
Start.
The 5-day work week. Quit. I've solved the world.
But then where are people going to get money?
You just rob them.
It's just going to be a lot. Yeah. It's the wild west
purge
now.
24/7.
Oh my gosh, dude, that'd be crazy.
Yeah,
dude, I know this is a little off topic, but I was at my niece or my nephew's birthday party, and there was a little kid, maybe 3 years old, running around with a mask, a bandana on over his face, and a mask, and then he had a bat. And I was like, this kid's ready for the purge. Literally, I thought
So this was a wedding?
No, it was a birthday party.
A birthday
It was a little
party.
kid's birthday party.
Oh, that's okay then.
Yeah, they were all running
sense.
around. There was actually a Nerf gun that had it was like a minigun.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, that's so cool.
It's like preschool purge.
I mean, so I don't think you can just quit. I don't think that's going to work.
No.
So
Back to the barter system.
Yeah.
So that's actually not a bad idea, man. When I worked at Hardee's, we would barter with Casey's down the street. We would trade them cheeseburgers, and they would give us pizza.
Dude, the
which
food
obviously
trade system in the restaurant industry is so bad.
But if you think about it, the problem is you are stealing from that company.
No.
Yes.
Nobody needs to know.
That's what happened.
And also, what happens whenever you have a bunch of cheeseburgers, but you need to buy a car?
Heard that.
How many cheeseburgers? Who's going to take 20,000 cheeseburgers and trade for your car?
20,000 cheeseburgers.
Yeah, the barter system sounds good on paper, but it doesn't work. We need currency.
Yeah, dude, 20,000 cheeseburgers. I mean, you wouldn't, obviously, if you're going to trade that for a car, you would have to barter something different. Maybe a steak in the business.
So the idea,
you get a steak, one steak.
So the idea, you could just what's the name? There was a story where a guy traded up one.
Yeah, the red paper clip to a house.
Yeah, it just kept getting bigger and bigger, just trading it higher. Just you do that.
That's such a cool story, by the way. And I want to believe so hard that it's true. And I thought I saw a TEDx talk or something like that with the guy who did it. Uh-huh. Maybe it was something else, but it could have been just some dude who was like, I'm going to pretend to be him,
Yeah, easily. Because it could be just an old wives' tale,
Right.
urban legend didn't actually happen.
A urban legend.
Urban legend.
Urban legend.
That's the urban legends that are just not
old,
quite as good.
Old Dale Lurban.
Yeah. He's always telling them legends.
He's such a legend. But yeah, it was the 5-day work week.
Oh yeah, I forgot what we were starting with.
I mean, the barter system, that's not a bad idea, but then you still have to kind of work though, because you have to plant and farm and stuff like that.
I say the barter system is more a response to what are we going to do for money? After everybody quits. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
what are your thoughts, Tom? You're being pretty quiet over there.
The barter system.
No, the 5-day
work week. How to solve that?
We're not talking about currency. The 5-day.
No,
work week.
yeah.
Like, can you get it to where it's maybe 3?
I'd probably fix it with the barter system.
He's one man. Once you got an idea in your head,
is that good enough for you?
This is the second episode where I'm going to say get.
Each episode, I'm sure.
I mean, if you want me to get serious about it, you have to expand it. You can't stick to 5 days to make things work correctly.
You think it needs to be more than 5 days a week?
Well, it's just it depends on what you're doing, because farmers work 7 days a week.
Yeah.
You know,
but not in the winter.
They take the winter off. No, I'm sure they have some kind
They have something. They have planning. They do have a lot that.
You know what would fix that?
Labor.
The barter system.
Or we are missing a very obvious answer, right? Add a day to the week.
Oh,
yeah, I like that too.
Lurbin's Day.
Yeah.
Wait, what was it? Lurbin's Day.
Yeah, Lurbin's Day. Yeah. That's it. I mean, you still got 5 days a week, sure. But you have an extra day that they'll make us work. So that's solving the 5-day work week. We just turn it into 6-day work week. It's no longer the 5-day work week.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It never said we had to lower it.
That's true. We're gonna help Corpo America and just add another day of work.
There is a philosophy out there. I'm not sure who says it or whatever, but like somebody is working toward a 4-day work week.
Yeah.
16-hour work week is what it is. What they're trying to do.
Oh wow.
And it's like basically you split the shifts between everybody, but I'm like, dude, I don't know how that would work, because 16 hours a week, that's quarter time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if we can make it work, I'd be happy with it.
Yeah, I'd have to look more into it, because I've heard it before and I know a little bit about it, but I don't know enough about it to really speak like intelligently.
If we're going to talk more like seriously for just a moment, which I promise I can do.
Yeah, we can. I
probably won't.
That's just plain nonsense.
I'll probably. Oh yeah,
he said it. He said the name of the thing.
I'll probably veer off into bits soon. I'm sure. But yeah, like I don't know, like. If you think about your role on the planet, what were you born here to do?
I know I know what I'm here.
Even as like, if you're not talking about like, religious or theology or something like that, like me as a human being, as a creature, was I born and designed to help somebody, or to make money, to work 8 hours a day? If we were in our natural state, like not in a society, we wouldn't.
It'd be like the 60s.
Yeah, it wouldn't. Yeah, and that's not what I'm advocating for. Like cuddle puddles are fun, but I don't want to get back into that life.
Right. But if anybody wants a cuddle puddle, drop a comment and I'll hook up with you.
I'm more puddle these days than I used to be. I think that's like funny. My sort of reason I'm on this planet isn't to work. So if I could find a way to not do that for literally half of my waking hours, I would like to find a way to do that.
Okay, so somebody needs to donate $1 million
just so I don't have
once
to work
a year.
Anymore.
That's all.
It's pocket change, please.
For somebody, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's actually kind of the philosophy behind the way I want to run Just Plain Nonsense. Like, I want it to be where it's not going to be like. Again, this may change when I actually realize what it's actually going to be like. But the plan is, the dream is to be like, you work when you want to, just as long as the job gets done. Like if you want to work midnights, if you want to come into the studio and edit and stuff. But again, this is in the future because we don't have a studio.
Yeah.
But like if you want to do that in the future, like that's if you want to come in the middle of the night, if you want to come in come in a little bit, leave and come back, like work whenever you want. Work from home, work from the studio, wherever you want to work.
Be comfortable.
Yeah, like that's the whole point. Like I don't, and again, a man who doesn't, what is it? If a man doesn't work, he shouldn't eat, or something like that. I
hadn't heard that.
So you haven't heard that? Yeah, because I mean, if you don't work, like
I've heard if you don't work, you don't eat, but that's more like
sense.
Right, but that's a philosophy that goes back a long time ago.
Oh, is it? I thought it was just like something.
I think it's from biblical times.
Oh, I thought it was just one of those things where like people yelled at you whenever you weren't working.
No, it's like it goes back to like real farmer times where you're just like if you don't work to till your field, if you don't like plan ahead and stuff like that, you're not going to eat. So it's kind of that way now. It's like if you don't work, like if you don't put in some sort of effort, which now like our stuff is we work for the paper to be able to buy what we want.
Right.
Back in the day, it was the barter system where you work to build the stuff you want and then you trade it for somebody else.
And saying a lot of times, actually, when America was founded, the founding fathers were most of them wanted us to be sort of egalitarian. They wanted us to where like you grew your own food. Like you didn't have to rely on the government or anybody else for anything.
Right.
It's like
and that's why they left England.
Yeah. Like we wanted to make sure that like we weren't enslaved by our employers, by the government, by all these authority figures. We want to make sure that
we wanted the easy life, and we wanted the all the status and all that stuff. So then we kind of built back to that.
Yeah, we did.
But yeah, that's a different topic.
Yeah, say we're getting deep in the weeds here of friggin' MSNBC,
Right.
Fox News,
But yeah, no, it's that's that I don't remember what I was gonna say with like the whole you don't work, you don't eat. So it's like yes, for the philosophy of just my nonsense. Yes, you've got to get the work done, but it's not going to be like I need you here 40 hours a week, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
if you can edit an entire episode in half an hour, but it takes somebody else 4 hours, that's fine. You've only worked for half an hour and you're done.
You got the work
and
done.
you get paid for the work that you did. So that's my whole philosophy, and that's what I want to do. I don't care how long it takes you, as long as the project is done and it's done to the quality.
Pretty much
do whatever you want to do.
That's a good philosophy. Mine's pretty much just summed up as farts are funny. That's my whole philosophy.
That's a perfect philosophy. I like that, and I agree with you.
You want to check his camera, make sure it's all.
Yeah, do the checkity check.
Double check. You're good.
Am I?
Maybe.
Am I the goodest?
The bestest. You're the goodest boy.
All right. Draw from the bowl. Does my face still have the little dot on it? Because I did move right now because I just sat back.
Yep.
Okay. Because I don't want it to focus on the bookshelf behind me again. I'll be mad.
No, it's tracking you good.
I'll be so mad. I'm gonna move this away from these headphones or that receiver because I don't want it to be like.
Get that feedback going.
Okay. Do it. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me get the timer. Oh, you already read it. Go ahead.
Grocery shopping.
You got 5 seconds to solve it.
Self-reliant garden. Yes.
So, like,
all right, I'm out of here.
My question is:
Don't put that back in there.
Is the problem the price of groceries, or is it
I think
just
it's
going to the store?
Yeah, for me personally.
I fixed all of the problems, though. See?
No, because then now you have to like.
Yeah, gardening's
garden.
hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's harder than going to.
No.
Like my gardening is going to the produce section, or actually
Right.
hiring somebody to go to the produce section for me.
If you do lazy gardening and just throw it out there randomly and just hope for the
You
best.
can just set it right outside your window, and it'll reach just put free
You don't even know what
compost
you're
out there.
grabbing.
Like,
you
I
might
want-
grab a carrot. You might grab a potato.
It's
who
like a loot
knows?
box,
Yeah.
man. You just-
Jalapeno.
like, oh, this is a raccoon,
Dude, that's a good business right there. You can do loot boxes for grocery shopping. People just pay you a monthly subscription. It's like I don't know what's going to show
Dude,
up.
that sounds like a skit.
It's like
they're like people getting like weird flavors of hummus.
You get a half an onion and a rotten orange.
Woohoo! Dude, that
Editor
sounds like a
Rob,
skit.
remember this because this is going to be a sketch that we're going to.
It will be. Yeah, I'm already writing it in my head.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. We're going to put it on the list of videos that need to be made.
Sure.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Grocery shopping. So I hate it. I do not like going into the store. I don't like walking around and having to like get stuck behind some old lady who's staring at the cereal for half an hour. I'm
How's
like,
your butt though?
What butt?
Yeah. Hot.
The hottest.
I just like a
Gross.
sorry. You can cut that out.
All of that's going to be blurred out.
Yeah.
Just pixelated.
Just me
Wait,
doing
hold on.
this.
There was
Let me get up in there.
one episode where I said something really, really dumb, but just because I'm super naive about like all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I literally blurred out my whole body and I distorted my voice so bad that you couldn't even hear what I was saying.
What I was saying,
But
yeah.
I put the text on the screen that said Rob said something so dumb.
That's
I'm going to try
funny.
to find that. I have no idea which episode that's on, but I'm going to try to find it and put it in this episode.
Yeah, basically recreate it. Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't like going to the store and going grocery shopping. I do it on I use Kroger because I like their produce. I hear Aldi has way better produce. But I need to look into their delivery. But anyway, I have Instacart do my delivery for me because I don't want to go into the grocery store because I don't want to walk around and go get all that stuff. But I've been running into a problem where the delivery drivers are stealing from me. Like there have been several times where things will show up on my receipt that I did not order, and they're not in the bag. Like I don't get them delivered. So today, I had a delivery, and there was like a whole 24-pack of Charmin, and I'm like, first of all, I didn't order it, and second of all, it's like I didn't get it. So I'm like, this person took their Charmin, they scanned it and put it in their car, and then didn't give it to me.
You report that shit. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
So there's another one that a couple weeks ago, they got me all my groceries, but then interspersed in mine is like these $1 frozen meals. And the way that I noticed that it wasn't mine is whenever I order groceries, everything that I order is mostly Whole Foods. I'll order like potatoes, meat, like vegetables, all this stuff is all Whole Foods, right? And I open the app and the first picture that shows up is a bright blue Gatorade. And I was like, I did not order Gatorade. And then I scroll down and there's Takis. I'm like, I did not order Takis.
Yeah.
So then I start looking through it and there's like Jack's Pizzas, Jack's Pizza. And then these like, I forgot the name of them, but they're $1 frozen meals. And it ended up being $23 worth of groceries. What is it?
I think it's called Banquet. Is that those
No,
ones?
no. It's like the
$1
$1 ones.
Micheladas or something like that.
Yeah. So, and it's like a black and green box or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, there was $23 worth of this stuff.
Wow.
And I was livid. I'm like, dude, first of all, stealing from me, I'm like, I can afford it. It me off, but I can afford it. They're doing this to old ladies and like old men who have fixed incomes and stuff. And I'm like, so I literally called Instacart and I was like, I want this guy fired. Mm-hmm. I was like, this guy, he stole from me. There's no telling how many people he stole from.
No.
I was so angry. And I was like, if I find out this guy's delivering for me again, we're going to have a problem. Like, I was so mad.
So like fired because basically he's just he's a gig worker.
Right.
Yeah, so he doesn't actually work for them.
He should get a black mark or something.
No, they should be able to block him.
See, unfortunately, he can just make a new account. You know,
maybe.
Yeah. I mean, they may be able to block his IP address or something like that. But
because you have to sign up with your license and all that too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, you have to put your car insurance
I thought that was
and all
just for like Uber and stuff.
No, you gotta do all that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope that they like got rid of that dude because I mean, I'm just living it back right now, and I was so mad.
Yeah, it's like part of me wants to be like, I'm sad, that someone feels they need that. To do that, but at the same time, dude, don't steal. Yeah. Don't steal from me,
Yeah.
So
I'm struggling just as much as anybody else.
Right. Yeah. So that happened it's happened probably 4 or 5 times. Oof. And I've reported it every time. This one I just said
this is our ad for Instacart.
Yeah.
They'll never sponsor us.
But yeah, I basically hit on this one today. I was like, it's possible it could have been a mistake. So I didn't report it, but I did say that I didn't order it. So I got a refund on it. But they also brought me like a thing of napkins. And I'm like, I'm not going to order freaking a thing of like napkins that you take to a party. Like, like a packet of napkins that you'll buy if they're like, hey, bring the napkins and the paper cups or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's what it was, like a little packet of napkins. And I'm like, I didn't order this. And it was added and got delivered. I'm like, what is happening? Anyway, grocery shopping. That's the problem.
Yeah. That's
Instacart's not the answer.
Delivery services is not the way to do it. So I don't know if we solved that one. Did we solve it?
Yes.
Kind of. Self-sustaining, that's my problem. Yeah. That's my
I think like honestly that you should go back to that. Because you were mentioning it earlier, like the gardening and farming and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But now there are laws and regulations where they're like, you can't have a garden in your backyard.
Word?
Yeah, like they're gonna be like there's HOAs and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, when you're in big cities.
Never join an HOA.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you ever have the chance to join an HOA, do not.
Some of my friends, they had a garden out in front of their house, and I think they got in trouble for it, like in their front yard.
Yeah, so I've never had a garden in my front yard, but my neighbor does.
I think it's silly that we're so standard to have such a blank yard of just full of like grass. And
that's the thing, though, is like yards and lawns are a fairly recent thing. Like they're because they originated with like royalty.
Right.
It was a flex, basically saying, look, I own land that I can literally put nothing on.
Yeah, you don't need to do anything with.
I can afford to have all this big tract of land, not only just grow wild. I don't even have to do that. I can afford to clear it and have nothing on it.
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
and it was a status symbol.
Yeah.
So, and then people started like, well, I want that. I want to be, you know, important and,
Right.
and, you know, all that stuff. So they started to have small lawns. So that's where we literally waste so much of our, you know, farmable land on lawns.
Yeah.
And not only do we waste it, we spend billions of dollars every year maintaining
Manicuring
it.
it,
Yeah. So like lawns are stupid.
You know what? I tell you what. That's just plain nonsense.
He said the thing.
Again, wow, dude, you're on fire tonight.
Yeah, I told you guys I was going to get better at this. All right.
I don't know if this
Any
is
day
better.
now. No, wait, I'm sorry, dude.
Sorry.
We both took him out.
There you go.
Okay.
Somebody help me.
We're freaking snipers, son. We got you.
Meetings that should have been emails. I'm gonna say
No.
my solution is the hamster tunnels throughout offices, because you give it to a hamster and he's gonna run it to hopefully to the right office.
I like that.
What do you think?
I like hamsters.
Done.
No, you gotta
No,
like.
I agree.
distribute it.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
So what,
Word for word.
Really,
Wow. Holy
the meetings
cow.
that should have been emails, basically, I'll just tell it, you know, we'll just set up AI assistants to talk to each other.
Bro, that's already happening, right?
Yeah, they'll still talk to each other and we won't have emails
So-
or meetings anymore.
Somebody brought up a point. They said that there's probably several like servers where there's just AIs talking back and forth to each other that people just kind of forgot about.
Oh, it's like the dead
And they're
internet
still
theory.
talking to each other.
Yeah.
The dead internet theory for
Yeah.
real. And I'm talking about we can still see it.
Right,
But we're
right.
just tired of it because it's all slop. But there's probably forgotten servers, test servers or whatever somewhere, or stuff that's running in the background of some development company that they forgot
sure.
to turn off.
Yeah.
And the AIs are just
I'm
going
sure.
back and forth.
It's like,
I mean, you can.
hi, how are you? Good. How are you doing? I'm good. How are you doing? I'm also good. How are you doing? I'm doing well. How are you doing? Just for like millions of years.
I think somebody set up a video one time where Alexa was talking to Siri, and it kind of devolved into that. But then somebody else did one where they called Papa John's and Domino's.
Oh
or
man!
maybe it was
no,
two
two
different Papa
Chinese
John's.
restaurants. I saw one.
Oh, they
with-
must have done it a bunch of
Yeah,
different ways
yeah,
then, because the one I
yeah.
saw was like, Papa John's. They called two different Papa John's, and they put the phones together, and they were like,
Oh,
"Hi,
yeah, I
this is
did
Papa
see that
John's."
one,
They're
too.
like, "No, this is Papa John's."
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw the Chinese ones too, with the Chinese restaurant. I think that was a sketch though, but I couldn't.
Yeah,
could be wrong.
possibly.
I'm sure it's been done a lot of times, but it was so funny.
I mean, anytime
watch that.
something funny happens on the internet, someone's going to steal it and make it their own, you know?
Oh
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, that's something that we need to work on.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
Stealing
kidding.
more of yeah.
What do you think this is? No.
No, that there is a thing though that says, what is it like? What is it? So, if in geniuses steal ideas or something like that. Do you know that saying? I'm really butchering it. Maybe
Sounds
I'll
awful,
put
though.
it up on the screen right here.
Sounds like something a billionaire
You
came
should,
up with.
You should go look at what somebody said, steal that, and then say that.
Well, I will say,
I'll put it's quoted by me at the
yeah, there you go. There's I'm going to butcher the Latin, but nihilum novum, I think, is nothing new under the sun.
Sounds
Oh
correct.
yeah.
Yeah,
According
so
to my Latin knowledge, that sounded correct.
Oh, okay, thanks, man. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
he's a Latinologist.
Latinologist. But basically, it just means that like any idea that's ever been had, someone else already has.
Yeah,
You know,
because
like-
there's a lot of human history.
yeah. Throughout human history, whatever you're thinking of done, it's like all original. Someone else has had the idea. The point is to do it your way. You know, that's it.
Yeah, and that's kind of what people want to see anyway, because they're like, a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm so mad they're remaking Spider-Man again." It's like, yeah, but it's somebody else's version of it.
Yeah, it's fine. And the old version's still there.
Yeah,
You can still watch it.
Yeah,
It's fine.
because people are like, "You ruined my childhood." Then just don't accept that as part of the.
Go back and
canon.
watch the old ones.
Yeah.
Like Final Fantasy VII, people complained about the remake. I'm like, yeah, I don't like it either. But like, the original's still there. You can
Right,
still
right.
go play it. You know.
I tried to play Final Fantasy VII on the original PlayStation, and I couldn't because I hated the graphics.
Oh yeah, it's pretty rough.
And then
yeah.
I played the remake, and I'm like, this is actually a cool story.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, because I went into it, but then the remake was only like the first disc of the game.
Yeah, and the story's really different.
I'm sure it is. It's
Yeah.
been abridged and modified.
The first one, it's pretty neck and neck.
Right.
But you notice there's some differences here and there. Like some straight up like that wasn't in the original. And by the end, they explain why that was in there.
Okay.
But once you reach the second one, it completely diverges into a different
I
story.
couldn't play anymore. Once I got done with the first one, like the original remake,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I remember when I lived with my parents, I loved Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy VIII was my jam.
It's a good one.
So, but I I didn't realize how linear Final Fantasy is
It can be,
until
yeah.
I played Final Fantasy VII, the remake. I was like, oh my gosh, dude, you literally can't deviate from a path at all.
No.
And I was like, I don't like this.
And see, the thing is, and I'm going to get deep into Final Fantasy remake stuff here.
All right, nerds, get ready.
Yeah, and I promise I won't spend too long on it. The second one, I do not think is a good game. Like, I think...
Final Fantasy 2.
No, this not Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I think
Yeah,
is what it's
whatever.
called.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. I don't think it's a good game, mainly because like the combat they nailed. The combat was great. I think they did a really good job there.
Right. And is it still turn-based?
No, it's just
okay.
action based. But well, sort of. It's a little bit.
Do you
both.
have an action
A little
bar
bit
that
of
fills
both.
up?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's a little bit of both. And you've got options. But anyway, I think the combat they did a really good job with. The music they did a great job with. I think it looks fantastic, but the world is boring. It's literally just full of nothing. And the activities they give you to do, it's walking up to a thing, pushing a button, and that's it. Like, it's really, they put almost, I don't want to say no effort, but I think they ran out of time.
I could see that. Yeah, I think, and I don't know why, because this is like the most expensive game they've ever made.
What was that? What was that game that it had Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe?
Was it Beyond Two Souls?
Yeah, Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah.
When I first got that game, I was like, this is going to be amazing. And then I started playing it, and I'm like, it's basically just a bunch of QuickTime events.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm literally watching a movie that allows me to push buttons.
If you ever see the name David Cage come before, because he's the one who made that game. If you ever see the name David Cage pop up, you know you're not really getting ready to play much of a game.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed when I played that. I was like, oh, this. I mean,
Heavy Rain. He made Heavy Rain as well. I'm not sure if you ever played
yeah, and
that.
I'm sure it was the same thing because I watched a playthrough, got the beginning of a playthrough of that. 'Cause I couldn't keep watching that, but
It's pretty rough.
I liked the story was cool. That's what got me into it. But then I was like, it's not a game.
No, it's not.
Like it's just QuickTime events.
And there's certain developers in the game industry where it's just like, why don't you just go make movies, man? Like, this is clearly what you want to do. Just go make movies, you know?
For sure. Tom, you got any input?
I've heard of those games.
Are we gonna get back to bartering?
I've heard of those
The
games.
barter system.
Those, you could probably barter with those games, honestly. If you
Well,
think
with those
about
games,
it.
maybe not. But
All right, moving on. I think we talked that one to death.
yeah.
I was being really seductive with the camera the whole time because I've never really played Final Fantasy.
I'm never gonna cut to it.
That's fine. No, you have
This is
to.
gonna be
I
him the
made
whole
it-
time.
I literally made it to where you have to.
I'm
Like,
gonna
you're not
no.
gonna
Here's
have
what
an
I'm gonna
option.
do. I'm gonna put a little square of you in the bottom corner through the whole time.
Or just do one of those weird things where it's like a caption out at the bottom that says Tom has never played Final Fantasy, and it's just a shot of him slowly zooming in. It's just like the audio's bleeding out as he just like as he's basically zones out.
So good.
And then we just cut back to me to reading the next one. All right, we ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, making new friends as adults, literally impossible.
Well, you say that. No, you gotta solve it though.
Oh yeah, I've got to solve that.
6.
You know what? Just mandatory meetings at bars. I don't know, mandatory
Nice.
strip club get together.
No, you had it at bars.
Damn, all right.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up. We got somewhere to be, actually.
Yeah. Like every week, mandatory play dates at bars. All right.
I like that, the mandatory play dates for guys.
There we go.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
there we go. Mandatory play dates for guys.
That's a good solution.
Thank you.
How do you well, I'm getting deep into it, but how do you administrate that? Like how do you
Oh, you just
Actually,
is there just a spreadsheet?
you know what? Some countries have mandatory exercise time. Or like every morning, like 9 a.m. They get on the radio and TV and all that stuff. Have
you seen the movie Equilibrium?
No.
Oh, it's like The Matrix meets anything with like it's Christian Bale, I think. He's like the main guy in it. But it's like they have a time where there's
So The Matrix meets Batman. We got it.
Yeah, that's well, not quite. It's like
Matrix Man.
The Matrix meets the Machinist.
but it's a dystopian time where the dude is like a kind of the police, if I remember it correctly. But anyway, there's a time where a buzzer, an alarm goes off, and the whole town stops. Everybody takes their medicine, and then they move on. Like the whole thing, basically, they're suppressing their emotions through the whole time. That's what the whole point is.
Oh, okay.
And then if anybody has any art or anything that elicits an emotion, Christian Bale's his team will come in and take it.
That is very dystopian. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that JPN actually did a video pertaining to this already, and it just gets regulated by the women that are within our lives. You know what I mean? They
What?
set you up.
Oh, what are you
The
talking
video
about?
that you did.
Which one?
The mandate,
Oh, wait, that's not
or that's not what it's called, but
what it, no, that's what it's called, but that's not what it's about.
they're setting them up as friends,
Yeah,
technically.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Ooh, I thought you were still talking about equilibrium and like the
Oh,
dystopian
the
stuff.
topic.
That's
mofo.
why we were so confused.
No,
Yeah,
I'm stuck. I'm trying to be stuck on the topic.
you have to tell us that. You have to like
The bowl tells us that.
yeah.
right here.
The bowl's been sitting there. You didn't touch it. What you just did is the equivalent of somebody in the left lane of the interstate, and they need to get off, and they're like, shoo, no blinker, no nothing. They just cut in front of everybody.
How do you do it?
Well, let me tell you.
I mean, if I know I get into
Miles
the left
ahead
lane.
of time, I'm over in the right lane, ready to get off.
I literally did that doing a 180 once, so get off my back, bucko. Yeah.
Where's the? Do you have a dash cam of that? Does somebody else have a dash
Dude,
cam?
I wish, man. I honestly wish, but just imagine 70 miles an hour minivan falling asleep and just eating it across the road.
my
Oh, that's
180.
terrifying. Yeah.
180, tires jumping, and just everything.
Yeah, I
in a
would not like
minivan.
that. I would not
Was
like
it just
that.
you in the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be terrifying regardless. But
Yeah.
okay, so what you said, JPN did something. We made a video.
We make videos here at JPN.
That you can see right here.
And what you can do today at only 25 cents per day,
25 cents per minute.
you can really help bring smiles to this universe.
And also
I don't know where
25
I was
cents
going
to
with
my
that.
pocket.
What'd you say?
And also 25 cents to my pocket.
Heard that.
No, it's split 3 ways.
No, I was saying you already explained that perfectly. The women regulate that, the ones that are within our lives.
Right, yeah. So
And,
they're like, we're gonna go
They'll
on,
set
on
that
a
up,
girls'
yeah,
night,
yeah.
and then you two are
yeah,
forced
that's
to hang
how that
out. Yeah,
happens. Yeah,
That's
boom.
funny.
See, my wife just, like, anytime I tell her I've got to go somewhere, she just seems to get really happy for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's weird.
She's like, "Good, get out of my sight."
Yeah. I'll be honest, man. Like, I know I'm a lot, and I'm best in small doses. She's got to live with me.
That was
So,
why I brought you
get it.
on the podcast, though, was because of your personality.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's paying him for you to be here.
Right,
so.
right.
I
Rob's,
just had confidence.
Oh,
man.
I'm sorry.
he's actually just an elaborate babysitter, which is good because I'm getting ready to ask you to change me.
So, I mean, I guess I can do that. all of these videos that we made prior to this was all just she's been working on this for a couple of years.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
You're
all the
just
other videos that we made were just a ruse.
the
to get
long
you-
con,
yeah.
man. Wow. Yeah, it works. Whatever. I get changed.
Is it your turn?
Yeah, you know what I think it is. Dang it. Take the bowl. Well,
I really don't know how to play this game.
Stressed.
I really
It's
don't
just
know how to
like,
play this game.
This is not indoctrination. You don't have to drink the Kool-Aid.
I want Kool-Aid.
I'll get it. Hold on. Don't read it yet. Wait, that's the
We
camera.
don't
No.
even really need the timer.
Oh, I know. He kept looking at it.
Yeah, it's just like I can't do it.
Go.
Traffic commuting.
You got 5 seconds.
Die.
I guess that would solve your
That was
problem.
easy. Boy, that was easy. All right, next.
I'm really looking forward to the day when we start doing improv and Tom is the one on the spot.
Die. Barter system.
Hey, I moved out of the shot. Will you check me? I just want to make sure my eyes are still in focus.
You have eyes.
Okay. So traffic and commuting. What are our solutions? Like, how do we solve that?
Good
the JPN way.
golly.
I think everybody should get around it by being shot out of cannons.
Oh my God.
Then there'd be nets everywhere just to
I
catch you.
mean,
My realistic.
We'll see.
it'd be
my-
fun. Shut up. Don't crap on my dream.
You're like, I don't have money for a cannon, so I'm just gonna walk to work.
Yeah, watch it.
I think
Look at that guy.
I think we're gonna realize that I want to live in the 1800s after this episode because I'm gonna go back to saying that we should just do horse and buggy.
For sure. Dude, I feel like I was born in the wrong time.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I feel like I'm out of place with like so much that goes on in this world. And I don't know if I need to be in the future or in the past, but I'm just like, right now is not it.
If I were in the past, I would be murdered immediately.
He's a witch.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, well, that and just like, I'm so obnoxious.
They're like, how do you know the lottery numbers?
I'm from the future and lost.
I bought
told
this
me.
almanac.
They
this
didn't have
sports
the
almanac.
lottery in the 1800s, Rob.
You know.
Well, they had different kind of lottery.
Oh, yeah, heard that.
You won rocks to your head. No, that's a book. That's a book, silly.
Different kind of getting stoned.
Yeah, not the fun kind. But anyway, yeah, I think shooting people out of cans, or maybe the Futurama tubes. I like those.
Okay, see,
Oh, man.
yeah. That again, we're back to the gerbil tubes.
But the thing is, like Futurama tubes, like I always just like it'd have to be really sophisticated because you imagine two people like slamming into each other like
I
200
love the
miles an
first
hour.
time Fry gets in, and he's like, "What?"
Yeah,
It's so funny.
It sounds like we solved two of the problems with one thing then. You don't have to
Tubes.
have the hamsters, you just have the tubes while you're transporting. You're sending messages at the same time. You're multitasking like crazy.
Yeah,
You're
and-
flying through there. Who knows what's happening, but things are
Are
getting
you
done.
getting paid for doing two jobs though?
No,
of course
I'm
not.
Do you have the
Not
government
me.
mail
somebody,
benefits?
Somebody is, but I won't be.
like since when has a corporation ever paid you
Right.
twice for doing
do
two
for
jobs?
more- to do more work.
Hey, say, come on, man. You clearly haven't spent a lot of time in the corporate world.
After 5 years of doing it, you'll get a really nice pen, okay?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they'll give you a little sticker that says "I voted" or something like that. Like they didn't even get their own stickers; they just stole an "I voted" reel of stickers and they give to
And then they
people.
run out and they're like, "Here's strawberry shortcake."
Yeah, there you
You
go.
get strawberry shortcake. You get like Care Bears.
Stole it from a kindergarten class, a bunch of stickers to give to people.
They're like, weren't you supposed to read at a kindergarten class last week? They're like, yeah, I took some stickers. So
Yeah, why not? They look cool, man. They didn't tell me I couldn't. They didn't stop me. They're little. So like they got in my way and I just bunted them. Said, "These stickers are mine now."
it's like that.
Walked away.
That's like that saying where they're, what is it, that question where you're like, would you rather fight one man-sized child or 100 child-sized men or something like that?
Yeah, I think the original version I heard
It was the duck.
Yeah, a
One-
horse-sized duck, or 100
Duck-sized
duck-sized horses. Yeah, duck-sized horse sounds adorable.
It does, but I mean, you know how strong horses are, right?
That's true.
Even though they're small, they're still pretty darn strong. And
Dude,
100 of them.
Ducks are pretty strong, to be honest. Like think
Also,
about
the corkscrew deal.
there's hopefully they're just trying to fight me.
Yeah.
I don't want them doing anything else.
Once they beat me down and I'm unconscious, hopefully that's all they want.
Yeah, I'll just play dead if I have to. If that's where they're going with it, I'm just gonna be like, poor Tom. I don't think he knows what we're talking about, and I don't think you want to know.
I've heard of Final Fantasy, actually.
He's lagging like Internet Explorer. He's like so far behind.
Buffering.
Have you guys seen that Internet Explorer meme page? Where it's like they will post like Barack Obama is now the president, but like in 2026.
Oh, man.
Everything's so far behind.
That's hilarious.
It's cracking me up. They're posting like all kinds of like stuff that happened like 30 years ago.
Yeah, I actually just use that as my default.
You're just always behind.
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah, I'm Internet.
I'm going to check my email. You
Uh,
have mail.
Yeah. All right. So give me the ball. I'm going to move on. Let's see what we got. Because we're just going to put tubes for everything, no matter what it is. We're just going to throw tubes in there. All right. Let's see. This one is, it's upside down. Meetings that should have been an email.
You just did that one, didn't you?
Did I throw it back in there?
You broke your own
Tubes.
rule.
No, I think because it's only got part of it on there. I wonder if you tore off the bottom of it and threw it back in there because I saw you tearing something off of something. Because it said there was something that had like, because that doesn't have the rest of it on
No,
there.
yeah, that's got to be part of that other one then.
Yeah. So you,
I didn't do it.
Somebody did it.
It was Rob.
We'll say it was me.
We'll go with Rob.
Social media addiction. So
That's
I
not
think
real.
I
That's
had
not
a
real.
sketch I was working on about this
there's going to
actually.
be it's a shock.
I talked.
Happens in your phone. It's like, you got to wait for me to solve it first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because I only have 10 seconds to solve the world's problems.
You already know. Yeah, well, he fails.
Way to go! You let us down.
I'm sorry.
Restart.
No, you get shocked. Like,
Can you read it again?
Yeah, let me start over.
Okay.
Social media addiction.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
What would
no,
you do?
It's an epidemic. So you would get a shock every time you go over your screen time limit. Just like, and it shocks you and you drop your phone. And then you have to buy another $1,800 phone.
There you go. Sounds like a plan to me. I like it.
Yeah.
My my sketch idea was basically like someone, sort of like an infomercial, you know, like an old school, like as seen on TV,
Yeah,
Billy Mays kind of thing. Where someone's like, I'm so stressed. Like, pick up your phone if you don't mind and hold it. Like, I'm so stressed and anxious about the state of the world. No, not while you're doing it, but like you're on it. Yeah. I'm so stressed and anxious about the state of the world. It's so, well, do I have a product for you? Solved, and I feel so much better now. Thank you.
I need a donation for a new phone
For a new
now.
phone.
No, actually, like in the sketch, I plan on taking the phone and smashing it with a
Dude,
hammer
I
and be
like
like,
that.
yeah, like,
Beautiful.
hey, look at that. And you're like, wow, I feel so much better now.
that a lot.
Yeah. Just turn off your phone.
You should
Make
have
sure you put that on Discord right now.
Oh, man, okay.
he should have pitched that to Jared earlier. They could have used that to brighten up their.
But he
vid.
would have needed that like a month ago.
Yeah.
And nobody has any idea what we're talking about.
Right. Yeah. Time machines.
So do you guys have any other ways to fix that social media addiction besides my perfect solution?
I actually just recently talked to a local 13-year-old girl, and she said 100% that it's not a problem.
Stamp of approval.
Yeah.
What is their generation?
I was going to say my son, but it's like he's not old enough to be
Right.
like, you know.
You're just like, I talked to a 13-year-old girl. I'm like,
Yeah, that's yeah. Well, that's because the shows that you watch.
warning.
Well, hey, look, it's Chris Hansen.
Wait,
What's he doing here?
I'm gonna have him
Dang
pop
it.
in from the side. He's gonna be like, whoop, his face is gonna pop in.
Yeah,
pop
the
in.
lean in.
it's 2026. You
Why don't you
can't
have a
say
seat?
anything anymore.
Why don't you have a seat? I'm already sitting down.
Why don't you have a seat, Mr. Hansen?
Yeah, really, right here.
Yeah, no, I like that. What is that generation called? Like, are they like the Gen Y or something like that? I
Yeah,
don't know,
like
Gen
they
Alpha?
started running out of names, so it's
Gen
whatever else is left over.
Z, like there's Gen Z, and I think some of them are called the Zoom generation because
Yeah,
they kind of
those
like
are Zoomers.
the Zoomers because they kind of like started to grow up in that pandemic area,
Right.
you know, whenever they were working or living from home or doing school from home and stuff.
I was just gonna say like Zoomer approved or Gen Y approved or whatever it
Well,
was. Like, doink.
As far as I see, it's becoming more like hurricanes anymore. It's gonna be
They're
like
just giving a random.
Jen Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, here I'm going to teach you guys.
Gen Lucille.
I'm going to teach you the real secrets about like Gen X, Gen Y, all that stuff, all the generations.
Yeah.
None of it matters. None of it is real. It's almost like humans.
It's like
said,
they're trying to divide and conquer.
Maybe. It's like humans really like to categorize things and like to label things and sort them into boxes.
Right.
When it doesn't make sense.
They work for Amazon.
Just putting them into boxes, shipping them out.
I'm glad that you got that reference. See, that was a good. Was that a good one?
No.
No.
It took me,
Did I get credit for that?
He got it.
it took me a second to get it, and I was like, because I've been hanging out with you enough to know, like, I'm like, okay, I know where that.
You know how
was.
broken his brain is.
Son, when you see this, that's a good dad joke, not a bad dad joke.
That's why bad rhymes with dad.
Yeah,
It's
why.
a bad,
No, yeah,
it's a bad dad joke.
yeah.
If it was a good joke, you'd be called a dud. So it'd be a good dud joke.
You're gonna have a
You want to be a
and just
dud-
like our blank stare.
you want to be a dud, not a dud.
Right. All right. Do we want to go out on one more?
Yeah.
All right. This will be our last one.
Oh, me.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
For sure. Yeah, we got to go back to you. Even though you're gonna get one.
I don't like the
extra.
noise you just made. I don't know.
That's the
Going
finishing
back
sound.
to
That's
No, wait, what?
Yeah, going back-
no,
going
no.
back-
Now it's
That's
worse.
the finishing sound.
Sorry.
Do you guys finish like that? Because I do. That's just plain nonsense.
Now this episode is rated MA. Great. Thank
You got a
you.
lot of editing to do, my friend. All right. So the next big catastrophic problem that the world is facing: losing your keys / phone. You know what? Just never leave your house.
Dude, I like that. I like that solution.
I like that. You know, keys. You don't leave your house.
I
Sure.
think we should get strong magnets implanted in our hips so that you can just stick your keys and your phone to it. Because all the phones got MagSafe stuff anyway.
That's true.
So you might
like
as well
that.
just like clip it to you. And then your kinetic movement and stuff could be charging your phone.
I'll tell you what I
I
used.
just biohacked all of us.
I'm gonna switch mine in reverse. That way, people will suck to me.
I'm gonna tell an embarrassing story.
Please do.
Yeah, so I used to be like 350 pounds, for those of you who don't know. And when you got that much weight, you got a big old belly. And I remember I lost my phone.
Oh,
and
no.
I lost my phone, and I'm like, where the hell is my phone? And I looked for it for like 20 minutes, and my wife and daughter came home. I'm like, could you call my phone? And they're like, sure. They called it, and suddenly I felt my belly like vibrating. And when I was big, I used to take my belly and put it over my phone, and it was like a pocket. So I could walk around with it, and you like basically just an extra pocket where I would keep like my wallet, my phone, and stuff like that. And it was embarrassing that like I couldn't find my phone for so long looking around for it.
So I've never had it that, like, I've never done that, but I have done where you took your phone in.
Put things in there.
Here's the thing, and this is going a little bit off topic, but that's the whole point of this, to get a discussion going. One of the problems with being this big is you don't have a lap.
Right, yeah.
Like, because somebody who's Tom's size or your size now, you can like,
put things on my lap,
you can put something on your lap.
Yeah.
For me, if I'm using a laptop, I have to put it at an angle because like it literally won't stay here. There's no room. That's like I got that much space.
I had that exact same problem. Yeah.
Whenever you're sitting down, you can't put your phone on your lap because there isn't one. So you have to kind of like tuck it so that it doesn't fall. So I'm there with you.
See, hey, I'm glad I'm not the only one that.
Two embarrassing stories and the camaraderie that came with it.
Hell yeah, son.
Okay.
Heck yeah, son.
Any other solutions besides putting a magnet in your body and then staying inside?
I feel like the barter system.
Dang it!
or the tubes.
Tubes. That seems to be the episode of the name of this episode is like the answer is always tubes.
Tubes.
I'm going to do that as one of the A/B testing.
There you go.
Like the answer is always tubes, and if that one wins, it's going to be so great. We're in on you, Tomothy.
I never played Final Fantasy, but I have heard of the game.
All right, with that, we are going to close it down. If you guys have any solutions to any of these problems, we want to hear them down in the comments. So tell us how you would fix the world. But before you do that, make sure you go check out Just Plain Nonsense on all of the platforms and stuff. We have a Linktree, which I don't even know if that's still relevant, but whatever, where it's going to work, because that's what we have. So yeah, go check us out on all those. Leave us some comments, some reviews or whatever, because apparently that's a good thing. And then we will see you in episode 3. Bye.
Bye.
So where are people going to get the money for all these tubes that we're wanting to install?
Easy.
Hey, we just got to talk to the big
me.
hamster industry.
The hamster. We got to talk to Big Hamster.
Got to talk to Big Hamster. He's a big guy.
Do a little bartering, and they'll all come to you.
There you go.
Drop kick you in the sternum until you fall down the stairs. First, I'm going to have you build and construct the stairs, and then I'm going to kick you down the flight of them. That's what I want.
And you know what? Since you built them, we know they'll be solid.
And then when you're done,
Absolutely.
you got to take them apart because I don't want them in my house anymore.
You know how I'm going to get the lumber for that?
Bartering?
I'm going to barter for that.